Hello and welcome back to Audio Inside Scoop. Boom, picked it, a name. Inside Scoop because we're gonna try to rock these videos out as soon as items are available, giving you the inside scoop on everything we can in this realm. Like I said before, eventually I'd like to get working directly with the manufacturers to get these items out before they are publicly available. But for now, we're gonna have to settle for ASAP after the initial product release. I'll also jump back into things that have already been released that haven't received enough or haven't received accurate coverage. If you have any suggestions or requests on anything you'd like to see, leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I'll also announce our first speaker giveaway in this episode, so make sure you watch the whole thing to hear what I'll be offering. In the last episode, we covered the brand new Austin from Klipsch and compared it to the JBL Clip. This week, we're gonna take it up a notch. I've had the Nashville on pre-order for quite a while now, and it just came in the mail. Super excited to crack this guy open and see what we're gonna be working with. I also have the JBL Flip 6 to do a direct side-by-side comparison. This will be my first time hearing the Nashville, as well as my first time hearing this generation of the JBL Flip. I've had flips in the past, so I have some idea of what to expect, but it was an earlier generation, and I'm sure they've done some upgrades, so I'm excited to see what this guy sounds like as well. Now, similar to the Austin versus the Clip, when Klipsch decided to launch the Nashville, the Flip seemed like it would be the best toe-to-toe competitor. Before we move forward though, I do need to get this out of the way. Please hit that like and subscribe button below. This channel is brand new with no funding, no corporate sponsorships, or really any funds whatsoever. So the likes and subs will hopefully help me get this thing off the ground. Also, I'll be doing giveaways in the future in addition to the one that we're going to be announcing later today, and liking and subscribing will let you know when some of those are happening. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and yank these guys out of the box and we'll see what we're working with and go over some specs. Here is your quick start guide as well as your warranty. And then you have your USB-C cable. And next we have the Nashville from Klipsch. And here we have our Nashville book and our USB-C cable. All right, here these are out of the box. Now, I'm gonna keep a similar format to last week when comparing these guys. Hopefully that way, if you're comparing, say, the Flip to the Clip or the Austin to the Nashville, you can still use these videos side by side for reference. Now, if you guys would like to see me do a separate compare, say like the Austin versus the Nashville or the Clip versus the Flip, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can make that happen as well if we have enough requests for it. The Nashville versus the Austin would be kind of cool to kind of see what you get, since these are fairly fresh and new, to see what you get when you step it up in the line. Anyways, let's start with the size again. Similar to last week, we're going to have a more rounded versus square design, but similar in size. The Flip is 7 inches by 4.2 inches by 3.9 inches. The Nashville is 7.01 by 3.07 by 3.19. Now, the difference may not be that visible from the camera angle that you're looking at now. When we turn them sideways, you may be able to see the difference a little bit better. You see the Nashville is taller as well as deeper, whereas the JBL kind of stays the same all the way around because it is a round design. Now, we're also going to notice a difference when it comes to the weight. The Flip is 1.21 pounds and the Nashville is 2.4 pounds, coming in at about double the weight. Still, both are going to be easily thrown into a bag and carried around without adding much weight at all. That said, I do wonder if the extra weight will translate to sound output. Maybe a little extra oomph weighs about a pound. Maybe not, we'll see. But speaking of sound, the Flip spec sheet shows a frequency range of 65 Hz to 20 kHz, and the Nashville is showing 60 Hz to 20 kHz. So on paper, the Nashville, like the Austin, again, seeming like it will have a little bit more dig than the JBL, but not nearly as much of a spread as we saw in the Austin versus the Clip. Now, when we were in the Austin versus Clip though, the Austin had a EQ app, whereas the Clip did not. This week, as we move into the JBL Flip 6, it is now compatible with the JBL Portable app. So both speakers are gonna have customizable EQ options, utilizing an app on your phone. All right, now let's talk about battery. So the JBL Flip 6 offers 12 hours of playback time. It also takes about 2.5 hours roughly to get to a full charge, so it doesn't give you too much downtime. The Klipsch though, the Nashville, is going to take it way further, giving you 24 hours of playback time and only takes an hour and a half to recharge it. So it offers that fast charging capability. Even still though, already having the win in this category, Klipsch does again take it one step further with the Nashville, giving you reverse charging capabilities. If your Nashville's still full, but your phone's almost dead or your tablet is dying, plug your phone into the Nashville and it'll charge your phone and keep the party going. Now, as for connectivity, similar to the Clip and the Austin video, the Flip is going to be utilizing Bluetooth 5.1, while the Nashville is going to be using 5.3. Now, most users will not notice a huge difference here, but the newer iteration of Bluetooth will have increased battery life, have less interference, enhanced security, and better overall quality of the connection. That said, again, JBL is not at fault here for being slightly behind in this category, as the Flip is a little bit older than the Nashville because the Nashville did just release. So I imagine when the next generation of the Flip comes out that it will have the same or newer version of Bluetooth, just depending on when it releases. Additionally, in the connectivity category, I do need to mention the broadcast mode in the Nashville. This feature allows you to connect multiple speakers together and stream to them simultaneously. This is a feature that the Austin had that the Clip did not, but when you step up to the Flip, the JBL actually adds a mode called Party Boost, which is very similar in concept. So with both speakers, if you and your friends have a bunch of these or any other speakers that support this feature, you can place them all over and play to them all simultaneously, play to them all at once. Lastly, in connectivity, I will mention that the Nashville has a microphone, whereas the Flip does not. This means that you can leave your phone in your pocket and take a call directly through your speaker. All right, now let's talk about appearance. Like the Austin, the Nashville is what most people are looking for out of a speaker like this. Portable, black, plain, no frills, all about the sound, but it does still look pretty good. In the JBL, you do have that standard black no frills option available, but the JBL does have several different color options available, allowing you to kind of pick your favorite color or match your room. Now, this in no way impacts the sound, but it does make it a little bit more customizable to your lifestyle. Now with lifestyle mentioned, let's dive into some other lifestyle aspects, as well as the ruggedness of both. The Flip is IPX7 rated and the Nashville is IP67 rated. Now what's the difference between those? Honestly, not much. If you're looking for waterproofing, they are both going to have the same 1 meter for 30 minutes resistance. The difference is with the IPX7, the dust proofing hasn't been tested, whereas with the IP67 rating, it is guaranteed against dust, dirt, and sand. Again, that's not to say that the IPX7 rating won't function identically, it's just to say that it hasn't been tested in that category. I'd assume that they will both be pretty similar here. Now, in all of these ratings, in all of these waterproofing, dust proofings, it does have its limitations, but for the most part, you should be safe taking these guys almost anywhere. You drop them in the pool, you're good to go. You're listening to the shower, you're fine. I will mention, however, that waterproofing on any electronics will degrade over time. As such, maybe use these in harsh conditions sparingly or not. Up to you, your call. Now finally, let's talk about the price. The Nashville is currently $149, and with that being brand new, I'm not seeing any discounts anywhere at this time. The Flip is regularly $129, but with having been out for a while, you can buy it, at least at the time of me making this video, and holiday promos and so forth, you can pick it up for $99. So there is a pretty significant gap there. Now, which one's going to be better? Is it worth the difference in price to grab the Nashville, or is the JBL going to take the win due to price versus performance ratio, or is it just going to outperform regardless? Let's see. All right, a couple days later and I am back. So I tested these guys in many different environments, pretty much the same exact environments as I tested the Austin versus the Clip, because that seemed to work pretty well. Again, starting with this room is 40 foot long by about 12 foot wide. I pulled out the meter here to get some readings. Now, these tests are designed for comparison purposes only. They are not designed for showing what the speakers are capable of independently. What I'm interested in is side by side, same environment, how are they going to stack up? And honestly, it looks like they did pretty identically. The raw output is pretty identical in this environment. Now, next we move to the outdoors and on the go. I first mounted these guys both to the four-wheeler, again because I'd love to have one that I'd be able to hear over the motor. Both speakers actually surprised me and performed super well here, but I did have to bunchy them down as they don't have clips or straps like the Austin and the Klipsch. Not designed for that, so I mean, totally understandable. Next, I pulled over in the middle of the woods to have a quick listening session out here, out in the open, no walls, just trees. I take this type of speaker with me camping and such, so I'm sure this is not an abnormal scenario for one of these speakers, so I thought it would be helpful to include in this video. Next, we moved on to the shower, various rooms, barn, playing basketball, doing dishes, just about everything. I even did the water test at this point. I did need a bigger body of water than I had last week, so I actually filled the tub. No issues that I could see after minimal water testing. I will point out here again though that whatever materials Klipsch uses does retain the water for a short period, making the speaker almost sound blown after you pull it out of the water. This does go away after a moment though, so not really a huge issue, more of just a quick observation. After a few days of playing with these, testing them in various scenarios, I will finally give my overall breakdown and opinion on why you would go with one over the other in 4 different categories: price, lifestyle, connectivity, and sound. If price is going to be your primary concern, the JBL Flip is going to take it here again. $20 cheaper regular price, it's less expensive, that makes it an easy call if price is your main concern. As for lifestyle, this one is going to be mostly a tie with a very slight favor towards the JBL. They are both super similar in size and can easily be brought with you almost anywhere. Both are super rugged, both have the same-ish waterproof rating, and both feel very solid in their overall build quality. The only reason I say mostly a tie, as opposed to a straight tie, is the custom color options available in the JBL Flip. I also have to call out the weight difference here. While still easily portable, the Nashville does have a bit of extra heft to it. Everything else I would call equal in this category. Now, as for connectivity, Nashville is going to take the win easily here. With the latest Bluetooth, the addition of the microphone, reverse charging, and broadcast mode, the Austin has all the bells and whistles you could possibly ask for here. Where the Flip, while awesome, is pretty basic. Adding Party Boost in this tier, similar to the broadcast mode, brings them a little closer in competition, but the win is still going to go to Klipsch here. Last but not least, let's talk about sound. Now, this is a tough one, but I feel like it is the most important, at least for me. For sheer volume, it's going to be a tie. Both were able to keep up in every environment I threw at them. They were able to sound great doing so, and they matched up about equal on the meters. So levels and everything were about the same. Quality of sound though, Klipsch does sound better in my opinion, with a couple of exceptions. I don't just test with one song. I'm all over the place with these tests using a wide array of music. About 90% of the time, I tended to favor towards the Klipsch. I found that I could pick out individual instruments, individual frequencies with the Klipsch. With the Flip, and I had issues with vocal clarity, the high frequencies over the low frequencies, it just kind of sounded blended and muddled. While I favored the Klipsch, I wouldn't be at all disappointed with the JBL if I wasn't specifically comparing the two. It sounded great, the Klipsch just had a bit more presence in all frequencies as opposed to be pushing more towards the lows. Now, as for the final sound test that I did, I actually listened to some of the feedback from the first video, and believe me when I say I do recognize that preference is super subjective. So for this go around, I actually took it one step further and I did a few blind listening tests. While I didn't do a mass scale 100-person trial, I do feel like this gives some additional perspective so it's not just me spouting my opinions. I had 10 people listen, blind, and select speaker A or speaker B. I had them choose their own music so the test would be more personal and more familiar, and the songs would be more familiar to them. I found that 80% of people preferred the Klipsch over the JBL for pure sound reasons. After each subject had made their decision, I let them know which one they had picked, and as a super interesting side note, one of the tested people stated that the Klipsch actually sounded significantly better, but they would still likely buy the JBL over the Klipsch due to the form factor. They specifically mentioned liking having the ability to just toss it in a cup holder, which honestly I hadn't even thought of. It would be a perfect size and fit great there. It's roughly the size of a Coke can. Just pop it in that bad boy. Just goes to show you that while sound is everything to some, there are tons of factors that come into play when making these decisions. So if you're watching this video right now, you're likely trying to figure out which speaker is for you. Are you guys looking for something cheaper, a bit lighter, more heavy on the bass side? JBL Flip is going to be your speaker. If you're looking for more overall clarity, an onboard mic, reverse charging, better battery life, pretty much all the bells and whistles, the Klipsch Nashville is going to be the one to take home. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Which one are you guys buying for yourself? Anything I missed here that you'd like to see me cover in future episodes? Just let me know. Also, as I said before, please guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below before you go. I do plan to keep dropping these videos as much as possible, but I'm running with no sponsorships, no backing, or really any funds of any kind. So all of this is coming directly out of my pocket. So the likes and subscribes will greatly help boost the channel and allow me to keep these videos coming. I do want to do an episode on the Detroit as soon as it's available, but I'm not sure when that's officially going to be released or off back order. So what should I compare it to when it comes out? What do you guys think? What do you want to see next in the meantime? I've also seen a lot of hype on the new gigs. I may grab one of those and put them in the test. If you guys have any interest in that, let me know. Lastly, I want to make an official announcement for the first giveaway on this channel. I want to see that subscriber count spike. So when we hit 500 subscribers, I'll be giving away the clip from last week. More details coming soon, but one requirement will be the need to have subscribed. As such, click that subscribe button below. Keep an eye out for the video details on how to make sure you're eligible. And let's get one of you guys a great new travel companion. Until next time though, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys soon on the next episode of Audio Inside Scoop.